Alright, on this video we're going to talk about the Stan Onnex Clicker. Let's check it out. A lot of thumb releases on the market. I've tried a few of them already. This in particular one by Stan is so far my favorite, and I'll go over why and talk about the features and what drew me to this release in the first place. So again, this is the Stan Onnex Clicker. There is a Stan Onnex line of releases. There's a Stan Onnex hinge. There's a Stan Onnex thumb button. Now there's a Stan Onnex Clicker. Still a thumb button, but has a clicking mechanism inside before it goes off. This was created by Stan in conjunction with Joel Turner from Shot IQ. Joel, for those of you who don't know who Joel is, he has developed a technique in how to completely mentally control your shot, whether it's with a gun, with a bow, or just making a decision at all entirely, with closed loop and open loop mechanisms. So if you're one that just gets on target and punches the trigger, then you're going to have times where you're on, and you're going to have times where you're definitely not. So this release is designed to help you control your shot so that when you're at full draw, you're at your anchor, you start to pull the trigger back. Now I'm a single digit manipulation shooter, which means that once I'm locked in place, I will slowly start to squeeze the thumb button, ever so controlled and slowly. I can stop when I want to. I can keep going when I want to. Hear the click. That's when you know it's almost time to go. You keep pressing, and then the release goes off. So you can control this release where you can stop, take your thumb off before you get to the click. You can get to the click and still take your thumb off and reload it by pressing the button. Or you can go through with your shot, get to the click, keep pressing, and away you go. It's just a way to help disrupt that mental timing in your head where you're thinking, oh my God, is it supposed to go off? I don't know. Should it have happened now? Should it have gone off right now? Why hasn't it happened yet? It eliminates that. You have to be able to manipulate that. You have to be able to control your shot. This click simply nudges you out of that if you find yourself falling into that pattern, and then allows you to know, okay, here we go, the shot's about to break. Bam. And you can shoot this in any number of ways. A lot of people will pull through their shot, where you get your thumb set in a certain position, and then you just keep applying pressure, and eventually you'll hear the click, and then it'll go off. You can do that as well. For me, I'm a single digit manipulation shooter, so I will continue to press that trigger slow and controlled until it still gives me that surprise shot. And for those of you that are wondering, the click is ever so quiet. You almost don't even hear it. You hear it, but it's not to the point where I believe an animal's going to hear it. Now, I haven't been in a hunting situation where I've shot an animal with it, so I can't say that for sure, but it's so quiet. It has less noise than the actual mechanism itself going off when the shot breaks. So this is the sage green. It also comes in a heavy metal option, which is like a gold, looks like a gold plated option, which is a lot heavier. There is some weight to this, which is nice, but it's not overly heavy. We are going to throw it on the scale in a minute. It does come in the sage green color, which I really like. I think this color really pops and really looks really nice. There's a number of areas of adjustment with this that you're not going to get with other thumb buttons. I've progressed from a wrist release. I went to a Carter Wise Choice. Then I went to the Scott Apex Core, which is awesome. Now I've progressed over to the Onnex Clicker. As soon as I saw the click in here, and with it being single digit manipulation designed around that style of shooting, I definitely wanted to get my hands on one. And for those of you who are wondering, I did buy this with my own money. Stan did not send me this. So, as always, I'm going to tell you what I think of it, pros and the cons and everything else. There's not a lot of cons. I haven't had it for very long. I've taken it hunting a couple of times. Again, I haven't used it to effect a shot on an animal yet, but I have shot my bow with it. It is awesome. So again, going to the adjustability. Out of the box, you're going to get a 4-finger attachment. You're going to get your Allen wrench. You're going to get a smaller thumb barrel. I believe the smaller one comes installed on it. I've put the larger barrel on there. You're going to get another post. So the smaller post, this one comes installed on it. I've put the larger post on, which just gives me a little bit more length in the thumb, so you're not super tucked in. Again, depending on how you shoot, you might want to have it that way. And then there's another screw, and then this little thing here, which is pretty cool. You can screw this into the barrel if you want and keep it there. You can also unscrew it and put it into the front here, and what that will do is it will lock your trigger mechanism. So it will allow you to set the trigger. It'll allow you to load it, set the hook, so once you have it in there, you've loaded it, you set the hook, you can go all day long and pull the trigger to the click, keep going, and it won't open. So the click will fire and it won't go off. So it's a great way to practice if you want to keep going through your motions without having the actual break happen, which is pretty neat. And again, you can leave that locked in your trigger if you want, or just leave it off, totally up to you. Just want to take a quick break to talk to you about a couple of things that I've been using that I think might benefit you. One is this Numa Outdoors gear. This is in their Kaza OV pattern, which is great whitetail pattern when you're up in a tree in the fall and late season. They also have a Kaza pattern which has more green in it, which is good for spring through to the fall. Numa has given me a code to give to you of Caribou Media 20, which will save you 20% at checkout. Another product here that I've been using for years now is the Bulldog targets. This is a Canadian made target. They're made in Manitoba. They have a lifetime warranty. I've used that warranty twice now on a couple of my larger targets that are outside. It's very simple, very easy. These targets are 2-finger removal every single time, which is incredible. Field point only target. Bulldog's been gracious enough to give me a 20% discount code to give to you at checkout. Use code BD20-Caribou-Media. That'll save you 20% on these awesome targets. Now back to the show. So there's lots of pieces to adjust this to get it set up just right for you. Again, I've put the longer post on and I've put the thicker barrel, which has allowed me to extend it a little bit here. There's 2 screws here, you can loosen those. This barrel will adjust. You can also move it up and just use 1 screw if you want it even longer. It's totally up to you. One of the coolest features, and it's such a simple thing, but it makes such a difference for me, is this little lip right here. So if you're using it as a 3-finger and you've drawn back, you'll find that your pinky finger will naturally just fall into that groove, and that's exactly what it's there for. Instead of having this dangling out here, you don't know what to do with your pinky, it just sits right there. Just sits right there on that little ledge, which is wicked. I love it. I love that. You can also loosen this and rock this forward or backwards, or you can take it off entirely, use it as a 2-finger, or again, you can add the 4th finger attachment to it. So there's tons of adjustability here. There's timing, tension, and then travel at the bottom. So you can adjust for those two things. The hook here is this hook. Once it's locked, it's set in place, and then there's this bottom talon here that will move in and out. So you can, once the top hook is set, you can load onto your string and leave it dangling just like that, and it's free to move. It doesn't, that bottom one doesn't lock, but it is designed in a way that it's not going to encumber your string from coming off the hook. So again, amazing tool. This is going to be awesome. I love this release already. It comes in various hand sizes. Now, I didn't know when I bought this which one I would need. I'm a big dude. I got big hands, so I went with the extra large, and it fits me fine. Most people will probably fit in the large, medium to large category, but the extra large works for me just fine. So again, to adjust for trigger tension, it's going to be the top screw here, and then to adjust the travel, you go down to the S on the stand, flip it over, and right underneath, where in between where the barrel moves and the locking mechanism is a little Allen screw hole there. You do that and that'll adjust your travel. So I've adjusted it slightly from factory, so it's a touch hotter. It's not a hair trigger by any means, but it just means that as I start pulling or as I start pressing that trigger, I get to the click right there, and then as I know it's a little bit more, bam. Awesome. So these all thumb button and handheld releases are going to cost you a bit of money. This is going to be around the $300 to $350 mark. So keep an eye out for that. They do go on sale from time to time, so watch out. But you can't go wrong with Stan releases. There's a lot of companies out there right now that are making some pretty cool stuff. Stan is definitely one of them. It's amazing, completely made in the United States, which is another awesome feature. So we're going to throw this on the scale and just get a weight for it. I'm not going to interchange every little piece and show you that. I'm just going to show you with the 3-finger attachment, the thicker barrel, and the longer bar attachment, how much this is going to weigh. We're looking at 4.2 ounces. So that is the Stan Onnex Clicker. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for more videos like this. There's going to be a whole lot more coming down the pipe. I appreciate you joining along and subscribing. Joining the community that we're building here. It's really awesome to see. Throw comments down there, what you think. I do my best to respond to all of them. There's going to be a whole lot more coming, more gear reviews, more podcasts, so stay tuned for that. So thanks again for watching. Hit that subscribe button and we'll see you on the next one.